No, you're fine. You're coming out as clean as a daisy, you know?
Yeah, well.
I guess it's clean as whistle smelling like a daisy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I don't have visible shit on me, anyways.
Yeah, see, you're good. So it's fine.
Prepare to be mesmerized and or mortified.
Look at those boys, ain't they
Big Boys with Brian Hickey and John the Great.
Okay. Greetings and welcome everyone to another episode of the Big Boys Podcast. Season 5 Finity, Episode 2. Please be sure to like, subscribe, tell your tribe. And now, to kill the vibe. Johnny, what's new with you? What's new with your junk?
Not much, man. You know, the same old usual. Before this, I was checking out Lingerie Chicks at Twin Peaks. Take that for what you will.
Lingerie Chicks.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'd love to take it for what I will, but I would love for you to inform me and the rest of the audience. What
It's really not as
big
as it sounds. It's I found out Fridays are lingerie days up at Twin Peaks, so I've been doing that on Friday.
Right. So yeah, which that's interesting, man. So I guess Twin Peaks is still going strong, even after what's his face is dead. And Hooters is bankrupt now.
I don't know who you're talking about that's dead, but yeah, man, I saw that about Hooters, and I hate to hear that. I feel like that's a slice of Americana just gone.
The what's his face is a terrible joke because I can't think of his name, but the creator of the show Twin Peaks is who I was trying to make fun of. But if you can't think of his name, yeah, there's no. That's literally the punchline is the name. You can't go with a what's his name.
Okay.
David something or another, right?
I don't know.
Anyhoozle, he's dead. Hooters, deceased. Chicken chodes, will the world ever know what we could have given?
Well, yeah, and let's really dive deep into this chicken talk here. A nugget is generally thinner and processed, and shorter, right? Whereas a tender is longer, but also thicker than a nugget. Whereas whereas your boneless wing is like is the chode, if you will, between.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a new term.
The chode of the chicken. Yeah. I'll have the chicken chodes, please.
Chicken chodes. What kind of sauce you want on them chodes?
I'm telling you, man, I should be in chicken marketing.
But you get other chain restaurants still doing fine. Like Twin Peaks is doing okay. And they're kind of like a Hooters 2.0, but like with better food and, a little nicer looking place. Chili, Hooters being kind of the first widespread restaurant. They were what they were. Their t-shirt summed it up perfectly. Delightfully tacky, yet unrefined. And you knew what you were getting. You went there for the wings were good, but in general it was like subpar, but you got a big titty waitress and, and even then later years, most of them weren't even big tittied. And so
basically those women had to walk with a wedgie in their ass crack. So the women of Redneck Heaven and Twin Peaks can walk around with body paint or run with body paint.
Although I don't even know if Redneck Heaven's still around. I think it died out, but...
Yeah, it probably died after the MTV show that
I think Redneck Heaven took it a little too extreme, and they were flash in the pan.
Those gals are wild.
I say flash in the pan. They lasted a good few years, but
yeah, you remember they did a MTV show. I don't know, if it lasted a full season or not, but we made it. I helped make the pilot for what was it called? Big Tips, Texas.
I don't know. I'd like to know. I'd look it up. I remember you talking about it.
I would say we were living together when we did it.
I never knew the name. You just referred to it as that documentary with Redneck Heaven or whatever. I never heard of the title.
Yeah, I think it's called Big Tips, Texas. But it was like they were, Jersey Shore was ending for the 1st or 9th time, and they were looking for a replacement. And so they went with that, and oof, just seeing the way that, like, I mean, you know, like, I knew beforehand, obviously, that reality TV was fake. I had worked on a handful of shows, like, you know, but like nothing like so much as like drama reality based TV.
Well, especially with that, they're going to be trying to get reactions out of all these girls, and you know.
Not just getting reaction, but just feeding them alcohol all hours of the day. Like, those fucking chicks were fucking trash beyond just.
Yeah.
I was just watching these chicks like, Jesus Christ, like, do they have an identity at this point?
Yeah.
Much less are they able to fucking walk into like a cab. My first taste of Hollywood in my early to mid 20s was this Pink Sneakers producer basically just, like, you know, handing all these just straight shots or whatever, like, as with each, like, you know, sit down interview, and like just the most and saying things in like the most polite demeanor of like, so Ashley has been working with you for a while, but we've heard that she's been talking a bit of shit. I think she said something along the lines of like, you have crusty nipples and your tits are useless. What is that? How does that make you feel? You know what I mean? Like, just
those
like
shows are good
saying,
at that.
yeah,
They conjure up the drama. Like, most of it doesn't really exist. They'll either
yeah.
edit things in a certain way to make them seem a certain way, or they like go in and like create
Yeah.
problems where they don't exist.
Yeah, and I won't say the name of this producer, even though we just said the name of the show, so it's doesn't take much to put two and two
To
together.
the internet.
Yeah, right. But just it was just the mastery of the way that he would politely say the most fucked up shit you've ever heard in your life. Like, that
Yeah.
was, you know, obviously I'm making up, you know, your tits are, but it was something along the lines of like, Jessica, like, even though you guys have been friends for 2 years, she's just like, she's worried about your face because she thinks you're looking more and more busted every day. Like, just like the fucking, this is like the guy is speaking like, you know, he just got out of the country club, you know, was vouched as a member, and just like, oh, gotta clock in. Hey,
Yeah.
you dirt rag bitches. But it's like, dude, come on, like, you got me dirt cheap. I proved myself by doing like 5 different jobs. I swatted off hands of like blackout drunk fucking topless waitresses. I didn't fucking get all creepy with them. Just like, no, stop. You know what I mean?
I remember you talking about yelling at that one though. Like, you asked her one simple, it was like a totally innocent question, and she went off on something, and you were like, I'm talking about XYZ, and then she got, you know.
Yeah. I made her cry. I was gonna kind of I was thinking like, man, maybe I should dodge that story because I don't sound like the greatest guy in that. But
it's not totally your fault.
she
Like,
was,
you were.
well, she was like one of the main. I guess she ended up being like one of the main chicks in the show or whatever. And I saw that it got picked up, and like she was just being a pompous bitch, like just like thinking
Like,
that
that
everyone's
made
there
her
to,
something, yeah.
Yeah, like she was so much more important, but also she's like blackout drunk. So
Yeah.
like, again, coming from this, like, I hope she's doing okay. Fuck, I hope she's alive, because like,
Well,
I
don't get
never
me
saw
wrong,
that.
no
I
hard
never saw that chick
feelings.
sober.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I never saw that chick sober. But she
Yeah.
was just being just, oh, like, I'm the shit. Y'all are all peasants. And then like, and then she tried pulling that with me, and I was just like, hey, you remember me? Like, you know, it's like, I heard they picked up the show. Are they still doing episodes? Like, are they like, you know, like, do you know if they're
Like, how's that
ahead of the
going? Yeah.
like, I'm basically, like, just, I'm inquiring for, like, this broke motherfucker wants a job. And
Yeah.
she just like, which of course, you know, I guess that kind of makes me more of a peasant in that regard. But
Yeah.
she was just
But
like,
you
yeah,
weren't
just
thirsting,
too cool.
and that's the point.
No, yeah. And she didn't even hear that shit. She just thought I was just trying to hang with her because she's on reality TV for half a second. I was like, no, bitch. No. You aren't, and you're not that cool. And
Yeah.
and yeah, Brian at 23, also probably pretty drunk too. It's just like, no. Can't hold this, you know, and of like, no. Let me tell you why you're actually the asshole in this situation, where now it's just like, who cares?
Yeah.
Just go home, guy. Just go home. You know? But I guess the stories don't get as good if you just do that.
So what actually
They're
happened?
John, this was like 10 years ago, and I was drunk.
Well,
I
I'm
just,
trying to remember because, like all we heard was your thoughts about now.
So what are you saying? The show? Or what happened with the
No,
show?
no,
Got
like,
canceled.
do you remember what you said to her?
No, I mean it was basically that was the gist of it. Was just like, I'm not here. I'm not trying to fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or
Do you
basically,
remember
like
what
I was
she
just
said to
asking.
you?
No, all right.
Okay, well, that's just what I'm trying to clear up.
I'm lawyering up now. How dare you, sir? This conversation is over. Okay,
Dude, I'm not trying to look and say you're a bad guy. I'm just curious, like, I think our viewers might like to know instead of just be like, leave the story like, yeah, some stuff happened and we said things to each other.
the scariest statement that you will make all day today is, I'm not trying to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because or make me have to be a bad guy, and you're succeeding just thoroughly.
No, I'm not. Look, I'd like to go ahead and preface. We know you're not the bad guy here. We just want to know, like.
It was basically that she thought I was trying to hit on her or whatever, or just
See,
get
there
with,
we go.
like,
a little, whatever, some details. Yeah.
I guess, but it was just. I mean, that was basically it. She just thought she was hot shit or whatever. It was like something along the lines of like, get in line, honey, get in. Like, but again, homegirl was blackout drunk. Never seen her sober the whole time we were shooting. Yeah, and like, so she was like, they were kind of like, and again, I sincerely hope this chick is alive because like they were putting her, like the way that they were feeding her drinks, like she was like the most problematic chick. Like they wanted her to be like. I never saw an episode of Jersey Shore in a day in my life, but like they wanted like I remember them kind of whispering about like a Snooki-esque kind of archetype. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's
just
what they were wanting.
Always trash, and like always the one causing, I mean, all these chicks were causing drama. Don't get me wrong, but like the one who was like oh, you want drama? I'll give you a drama, and then just opens her curtains.
Yeah, the one that you just gotta like poke the bear
double
a little
fisting
bit.
her vagina with like liquor. Yeah. I don't know. Like the chick was crazy, dude. And she had, and like, to top it off of like, she was obviously the typical party girl, but had like this stereotypical party girl raspy voice of like, like as soon as I've been able to drink and smoke, that's all I've ever done.
Yeah, she's got that raspy voice.
Everyone wants to fuck me, and just like it's like. It's like it almost sounds like did your cooter fucking smoke too? Like,
yeah, when exactly. Did you start smoking when you were 6? Like, yeah.
Just like, again, who knows? For like 10 years as well, Johnny boy, like she might be a fucking grade school teacher for all we know now, and like, and maybe a damn good one,
Yeah. Dude, we're not talking bad about her. We're literally just talking about your experience of what happened. We're not saying like, oh yeah, she's like, she can rot in hell. No, we're not saying that. Like, we're just talking about what happened because the story came up and it's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. But the story is me. The story that you're inquiring about is like, you basically told her to rot in hell, right? Like, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Well, you somehow danced telling her what you told her. So no, you're fine. You're coming out as clean as a daisy,
Yeah, well.
I guess it's clean as whistle smelling like a daisy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I don't have visible shit on me. Anyways.
Yeah, see, you're good. So it's fine. Let the record show Brian is still a decent person.
Decent enough.
Yeah.
Let the record show I have, So I visited a psychic yesterday.
I bet that was interesting. Did you get the lottery numbers?
What I did get was, well, as you know, money is tight and the brain is falling apart rapidly. But what I did have was some time to kill after I got off work early. And I don't know why I didn't think about doing this before, like, say, the last 2 years. But, like, instead of waiting in traffic, like, my job's right by the beach, Instead of waiting in traffic for an hour, why don't I just go to the beach for an hour, wait for that shit to die down?
Yeah, and do something else. Yeah.
So that's what I did. And it was awesome.
You should go to Muscle Beach and start working out. Oh, yeah.
Buddy, that's literally where it is.
Dude, perfect. So you're telling me in like a year from now, we could just be like a giant swole Brian, just.
Oh, I'm never going to be. I can't do. you see those guys at Muscle. You gotta train to be one of the assholes at Muscle Beach. Like,
And you're over
I mean,
there.
you can be, but like, it's just like, yeah, it's.
You're over here doing this
Yeah,
podcast, just like, I remember I was filming this reality TV show.
If
and
it's-
this girl,
if-
she just thought she was the best, and the show
Yeah.
wasn't even that fantastic.
Right, dude. If I was lifting weights at Muscle Beach, it would not be hard to distinctly figure out who I am and the mix of all the other guys.
I'm sure there
Yeah,
had to be
but-
some
yeah.
regular guys, right? Like, or are they all?
They all look like they ate guys like me for breakfast, with powder creatine.
Is that them all
Uh,
just working outside? I've seen videos of that,
Yeah.
like guys working out at. Is that the Gold's Gym with the outdoor gym right there?
Yeah, but Austin, that's actually not even really it. It's like people that work outside in public like that, they're all fucking psychos. You know what I mean? Like, it's not enough that, like, they want the, like, they want people to see them. They want to see how bad and cool they are. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you bump shoulders with one of those guys accidentally, and it's just like, all right, everyone, it's on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just like, I don't live in a fucking Fast and Furious movie. I don't
Yeah,
need this kind of shit. You know what I mean? And
I figured it was
Whereas-
mostly just because the weather was good there, and you're right on the beach. Like,
Yeah,
why not
it's
have a gym
fantastic.
outside?
those are all valid points. I'm just saying, I'm not a Muscle Beach guy, or guy who's gonna work on a Muscle Beach.
So you're saying it
most
attracts a
likely.
certain type of person, though?
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
Well, I don't know. I know plenty of really decent, average guys that go to the gym, and I'm sure
Hey,
if we
John.
live somewhere with good weather, they'd like to work out outside too.
was trying to get to a story about going to visit a sidekick. Are we gonna keep getting derailed on Muscle Beach?
Yes, we are, and I think that's how we ought to make content. Is we got to talk and get derailed. That's how it goes.
So far, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I just don't know what else to say. What else to say about Muscle Beach? I'm not gonna exercise there. I mean, there are some guys there that do that, or that probably.
I think you're
aren't
selling
psychos.
yourself short. But yeah,
Well, I
okay,
guess what-
you know.
Everything I've seen on the internet, like I follow this guy, Too Lazy to Try, and he
Uh-huh.
like half the guys he like hate watches like internet people like who are what would you call, like, I guess meathead influencers or whatever.
Oh
That,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and a lot of them work out at Muscle Beach.
Okay.
So it's just like, I don't need to be like, they're gonna be like fucking not paying attention and like bumping back into somebody, and like I've already seen videos of that where they're like some fucking psycho just pulled a fucking knife out on a guy because he,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
bumped yeah, I'm just like, no thanks.
Yeah.
I deal with that. You deal with that regardless, just existing in LA, being a dude at the wrong place at the wrong time anyways. So I'm not actively looking to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Anyways, back to the psychic thing. Yeah, I traded a gift card to get 2 palm readings and a face reading.
That sounds real legit. Here, I'll give you an Applebee's gift card.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Well,
hilarious.
For the sake of the story, we'll say I bartered, but really I forgot that I didn't have cash. I was like, oh shit, will a gift card do?
Where's it to?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is it a Visa or is it to a particular store? Like,
I'm not gonna say because it was a gift, so I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
fair enough. Yeah.
I just know that I've gotten many a gift card in my day, and I used one of them that I haven't used in a while. Okay.
Okay, so you gave
And-
him a gift card, which is hilarious on its own. So go
Yes.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just I thought it'd be good for a chuckle. Well, also I really just wanted, I just wanted to do it. Let's be honest. You
Yeah.
don't do that just all for. I would love to say I just did it just to fishing for material for our podcast, but hell, I say Muscle Beach, we go on to that for 20 minutes. So I don't think we really have to
Yeah,
worry about that.
just feel free to talk.
Yeah. But just feel free to talk. We'll go down a tangent.
Yeah,
get stuck.
exactly.
I
I mean,
won't- I won't
I think
release
that's where
you.
the content lies, really. Like,
It really, I think you might be right, sadly. But Jesus, man. Oh, so apparently she said, oh, I see a long lifeline. You'll live until you're 82 to 88, which is I don't know. I was kind of hoping with the advances in modern medicine, I was like thinking like by the time we get up there, like a solid 150,
Yeah.
But then again, maybe that might be if it's 150 years of like continued this life of like where I still don't know how to make money work for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't I don't know if I could deal with that at 135 years old. And I'm like, I don't know how money works. A
You know,
135-year-old moron.
making money work for you is honestly not that hard. You just have to have some of it in the first
Right.
place. That's the
Yeah.
hard part. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like, you get up to the old pearly gates or the fiery pits, and they go like, so you were more likely the fiery pits, let's be honest. So I'll go with the devil's voice. You were alive for 150 years and you couldn't even think to like set down $1 a day for like for savings.
Your job offered a 401k and you never took
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Just looks here like you blew it on e-bikes. Just something stupid.
Looks like you blew it here on gift cards for psychic readings. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, gonna die at 82 to 88. Long life ahead of me.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Your psychic reading. Go ahead.
This is what's great for me too. It's just like, she got me, man. I'm a good mark for a psychic. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Like,
That's a good way to put it. Like, oh, look
Yeah.
at this guy. He's got nothing
Yeah.
going on. Like, yeah.
well, dude, you got to think about it. Like, what do people go and get like a psychic reading for? Career stuff. Like, yeah, no, my career's not going great. I'm a narcissist. That's like my most important thing right now. It's like I
Yeah.
need to be seen. I need to be successful at doing creative things, and people need to pay me buckets of money for it. And I guess I'm supposed to be having a big payday coming in and within 4 months. But then I thought like, I was like, oh,
Hopefully.
cool. But like, isn't the irony going to be like, oh, that's gonna be the book money, and then that's gonna go right to my aunt who I borrowed that money from.
Yeah.
That's my big payday. It's like, woo, there you go, Aunt Barb.
Into the right hand, to the left
Yeah.
hand, and over. Like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so you got that, and like, oh, your love life, like, yeah, I'm divorced. Like, my God, and then
You're what they call a
the other one?
trifecta. It's,
Exactly. And then
it's
like,
rare.
oh,
yeah.
those legal issues that you're dealing with, those are going to be taken care of this year. Like, I'm on probation. How'd you, like, she basically,
How did you know?
exactly. Like, I'm choosing to believe that, like, hey, she's just good at what she does. You know what I mean?
Cold
But
reading.
like, also, but yeah, exactly. But like, if you're, if you're just fishing in every pond and all those ponds are just overpopulated with the most succulent sea bass in each pond, like you're gonna get a catch in each one. Like,
yeah.
like, goddamn,
Man,
she
I don't
got
even
it
have to
5
use
for 5.
bait.
Yeah.
Just throw
Yeah.
it in.
How does this lady just nailing me? So like, here comes this guy with his life on fire. Like,
Yeah.
how's she not gonna knock it out of the park?
Maybe she's just good at her job. She can see the future.
I choose to believe that. I don't know about the future, but she could read oars pretty damn good. But yeah, it took everything for me to not say at the end after, egg on my face, I open up, or I reach in my back pocket, realize I forgot my wallet, and she's like, it's okay, it happens. And then like, the first reaction is you want to go is like, well, I mean, you should have saw this coming, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh crap! I don't have any
Like,
money in my wallet.
yeah, like, I'm embarrassed, but this is kind of more on you.
this is really your bad, isn't it? Like, yeah,
You should have been like, before we start, you forgot your wallet.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
I would have, mind blown, shit would have fell out of my body if she would have said that. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, you're real.
yeah. And no, I just did it on a whim. She was on the boardwalk, and which I thought, like, she'd be in like a little hut or something, on the boardwalk, on Venice Boardwalk. It turns out it's actually probably highly illegal, so I won't say her name. But it's just like on her it's just on her back patio,
Yeah.
on like an apartment and on the boardwalk. So,
She
but also that's
puts a sign up like
yeah. It was literally just like a a cloth sign, which I imagine she probably takes down after she does her readings because
Well,
I
Brian, I
can't.
appreciate you supporting a small entrepreneur.
Yeah, I can't imagine that like people in the that live on the boardwalk aren't sticklers about that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like it reeks of like snooty person. Like they don't have a business permit for that. Like for a chick, looking at
Yeah.
wrinkles in your hands.
Because there's
Like,
always some
yeah.
idiot like that. Like, do you have a
Yeah.
business? That's against the city ordinance. Like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
get lost. Like, don't
Yeah.
go out of your house if you're going to be that way. Like, yeah.
Right. Well, which that's ridiculous. But also something tells me that if you got an apartment on the boardwalk right there, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like literally on the beach, John. Like
It's probably expensive. Yeah.
something tells me she ain't paying for that apartment with fucking hand readings for, $50 Target gift. I mean, $50 whatever gift cards a pop.
Yeah. $50 store gift cards.
Yeah. I'll bleep the whatever card I said there.
Yeah.
So, either somebody else is money's coming from somewhere else, I think, to pay for that. So,
But then again,
yeah.
if she takes cash and gift cards, somehow these people find ways to turn these gift cards into cash. Because I've seen, like at work, some scams people do to get gift cards and things. Like,
well, you can do that, but like, I used to actually do this at a jalapeno tree, but like, you could do that if you know somebody who works there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like where you, actually, no, that was even through a promotion deal. I don't even think that, I don't know what you're talking about, but the way I could do it is like, we used to do it was like, if you ordered so many gift cards, you got a free extra $10 one or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So then you would just ring them up yourself, and then you get an extra $10. I don't remember how we did it, but it was like, and literally our boss. It was like for a competition, like we were trying to sell the most gift cards, and literally our boss told us how to commit fraud in the company.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't think that ended well, to be honest.
Yeah, it was like somehow the company made no money. Like, yeah. Somehow the company lost money doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the company lost money, and then my boss just disappeared one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a nice had a nice fire red Miata, and then never came back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but reading went good, man. And
Well, we know you're gonna live a long time.
yeah, an average of another 50. I was kind of hoping for another 100, but I'll take what I can
You know what?
get.
Things could change. Things could change.
What I'll take away from this is why I think it was a great saver for me is that, well, now I know, and as much as I've been bitching about the healthcare system in this country and all the the follies that come with it, like, guys, just go get yourself a 2 palms and a face reading for a gift card, and you don't need health insurance for what almost another 50 years, right, John?
No,
I don't
you're
have to worry
good
about
to
that.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. Now, if I hit on my 89th birthday,
Then you
And
got
I'm
to start
still-
thinking about it.
yeah, and then I'm calling her up. I'm like, I'm gonna need my gift card back.
Yeah. See, that's one of the things. Having chest pains, short of breath, pain in your left arm. Go to a psychic before you call 911. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah. You might be having and then it just like flips the channel. Visit a psychic.
Yeah. Ladies, what's that lump in your breast? Check a
Yeah.
psychic before you go to the doctor.
She's
you
like,
know?
I'm getting something else, like, is hindering your aura as I'm literally having a stroke in front of her. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
something seems to be hindering the right
You'll
side
be a
of
great
your,
public
of your face
speaker.
and body.
Yeah. Yeah. Public speaking is in your future.
Fucking drooling on the countertop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, hey, that's supposed to be it. Is the
That's life.
it was the wrong time for me to be focusing on my acting, and it was the things that's gonna get me success or the voice acting that's going to be. Hey, this is what she told me. Okay, I'm just relaying the message from the seer, if you will.
Yeah.
Voice acting will I'll be getting some paycheck from that. Hopefully, supposedly a reoccurring role. And then the next thing to focus on is the podcast and comedy.
Yeah.
So
I want to
lucky
preface.
you.
I'm getting some hilarious imagery here, and I want to preface by saying,
Are you getting premonitions yourself?
Yeah. The spirits got me, Brian. But
Okay.
no,
This is good.
I'm
This
not
is
saying you
free
should
value.
do this, but I'm just getting hilarious imagery of like sitting there in front of the psychic and like her, and just be like, "Hey, let me know if you see this coming," and you just like smack the crap out of her, and just like, Huh? How's that for a future?
Yeah.
How's
that for future tripping?
I said like, yeah. Bet you didn't see that coming in my future.
She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And more importantly, did you see me running it back?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, you're 0 for 2. Yeah, 3 strikes and you're out. Like, and then like uppercut.
And you see, Your Honor,
Yeah.
this is why I had to commit assault.
And then the judge is like wait, did you say a psychic? The one in Venice Beach is like dismissed. Like, yeah.
If the counsel and the psychic will approach the bitch, like, he's gonna slap me, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. We're like, wait a minute. I think that, or the judge's like, I think that's
she
the
is
one that's
psychic. She saw it coming.
Yeah,
Don't ask.
exactly. That's mutual combat. Which I don't think California has, but still, it might work in Texas.
Well, we better figure that out before we start getting fucking slapped.
Before we just go around smacking the piss out of psychics.
Let's know the law. Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine putting that on YouTube, being like, I'm going and testing psychics, and you just smack them
You know
on,
some
like-
fucking idiot already has and is sitting in jail.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Would be even funny if you got in court and being like, "Yeah, I smacked the psychic." It was, and like he's sitting there thinking like, "This is the same lady that stole a $50 gift card from me." Like dismissed. Like, and the lawyer is like, "Yeah, her prosecution, like she tried to pay her counsel in gift cards." Like.
Just her lawyer just like drops a briefcase to just a cacophony.
Opens it up and there's just a bunch of gift cards piling out.
Basically, yeah, just like one of those stands you see at Walmart, but it's just all the cards.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, that would be a good skit right there.
No, it wouldn't. No, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
That's stupid. That's the dumbest. That would be a good skit.
dude, it would. That would be like something the whitest.
Somebody for no reason.
That'd be like something the whitest kids you know would do. You remember that show?
Yeah, but I think they would have a little bit more fucking eyebrow. And just walk up and slap the shit out of them until they can put it. You should have saw this coming. This is highbrow comedy. Fucking.
What's the matter? You don't get it? Like, yeah.
Ain't you ever heard of the fucking aristocrats?
Dude, I'm not saying really do it. I'm saying an actual skit. Like, like, yeah.
That's good. That's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah. I never thought of that before. Like,
But the Harvard Lampoon hasn't even touched this one.
what'd be hilarious is, there'd still be somebody out there like, no, psychics are real. Like, you know, yeah. Oh man.
Oh god. That'd be a good shit.
It's good. Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, did you check out, speaking of psychics, did you check out, and I have to say this because I already decided what the title of the episode's going to be, did you check out Sidekicks, the movie that I was telling you about?
No, but I know the movie.
Oh my god, dude! I stumbled
I
upon it
may have to now that you mentioned it.
this past week. You think I'm crazy, pal? Watch you some Sidekicks, and then you'll see a real teen living. And I think it was definitely shot in Texas. I feel like it's Dallas though, where they filmed it. Like there's like
You know what? Chuck Norris, it could be because that was around the
Yeah.
same time he was doing Walker.
yeah. Well, it was like 90, I think, or early 90s for sure. Um, and like where they do the last competition, I feel like it's where did I do Golden Globes at? Is that Will Rogers Coliseum or Roy Rogers Coliseum? I always get the names mixed up.
What now? Oh, well, in Fort Worth, there's Roy Rogers. Wait, hold on.
It felt
I'm
like-
sorry, Will
yeah.
Rogers. Will Rogers Coliseum.
I could be wrong, but it feels like they're in Will Rogers Coliseum for the final event. Which, by the way, Sidekicks, everyone, is basically the Karate Kid. But what if Daniel LaRusso was also schizophrenic and thought he saw Chuck Norris? You know.
From what I'm seeing, actually, a lot of it was filmed in Houston. It says Houston and LA.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
shit. There you go. Native
but
doesn't
you
know what
still
the hell he's
called
talking
it
about.
Texas.
Yeah, but they say it. They literally say it in the movie that it's like a Texas competition.
Oh, okay.
But the fountain, there's like this fountain that they keep on. Yeah, maybe that actually is Houston now that I think about it. Yeah, because I couldn't place where that fountain was. It was like, it feels like it was a Dallas area, but maybe it was Houston.
Oh, yeah, dude. This is getting me. I'm here on a Reddit post from Underrated Movies, and they're talking about Sidekicks.
Yeah, it's wild,
So I
dude.
might have to check it out.
And you
Apparently,
gotta
the
love, again,
kid actor is dead, unfortunately.
oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But,
because there's a lot of people here posting "Rip Jonathan Brandis."
Yeah. Speaking of other rips, there was the gal from that Disney movie who died. And she was also in Euro Trip.
Michelle
Um,
Trachtenberg. That one
Yeah.
hurt me a little bit. You know, I remember having
That
a
one-
major crush on her about the time Eurotrip came out.
Yeah, that one was sad. And this other one I didn't understand, but I didn't really look into it further enough. But Gene Hackman, but I think it said he and his wife passed at the same time.
It's not that crazy that he died because he was like 95. What's
No, I know,
crazy
but,
is
like,
that
that's-
it was like all his wife, and his dog were all found dead.
Right, that's where I was trying to figure out. Was like
That's what
what's
makes
up with
that one weird. Like, yeah, if you
Yeah.
just found him dead, you'd be like, okay, well, he's 95. But
Yeah, and like I kind of just skimmed it. Like, did they say was it all natural causes or
they
like the
just
fucking gas leak or?
it's too recent. I'm sure we'll hear details, but it's
Yeah,
too
'cause
recent right now.
That's wild. Okay, maybe it had to be a fucking gas leak or something.
That's what I was
The-
thinking.
The dog too, yeah, because it was like again, I don't know how old his wife is, but I assume relatively similar in age. Like, so I could see like, you know, I don't know.
The only other thing would maybe
That's wild. But
be
yeah,
if they had been dead for a while, and then the dog, obviously without food and water, died. But
you know but it's just weird when it's like it'd be one thing if it was like they died days apart, but they're found dead together.
yeah,
That's where-
exactly.
yeah.
So I'm sure the medical examiner will give us some questions, and I guess if you want, you could go all conspiracy theory and decide, oh, is that the convenient explanation? Is that really what happened? But
Well, I mean, the convenient explanation is he was old as fuck.
yeah, he was old. Yeah,
Yeah, he was definitely past my 82 to 88.
yeah. Like the 90s is old. Like that's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of which, it's actually my grandpa's 90th birthday today. So as of this
Happy
recording,
birthday to your
Grandpa. Yeah.
Grandpa. Yeah.
Technically, it would be tomorrow if it was a leap year. Or wait, no, I forget. Is his birthday on a leap year or it's the day before the leap year? It's either today or it would be on the 29th. Happy birthday, Grampy.
Well, I think if it was
Happy
the
90th.
day before the leap year, it would be the same every year, just February 28th.
Right, I know, but we have this conversation like all the time, and I'm such a good grandson. I forget every goddamn time we have the conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy birthday, Gramps. Happy birthday.
Now, I guess
nephew
if you
Kai.
wanted to track it, you could actually go back calendar-wise to the day he was born and then actually count 365 days from that day every year and truly see when it would be right now. Yes, technically you do that with any of us because leap years are going to throw it off, other things are going to throw it off, but
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, if I'm going to be going into doing that research, there's other stuff. I was supposed to make a a video from my aunt about him long ago, but then something happened. What was it? Oh, right, I went to rehab. So that kind of got pushed in the back burner. So, but I do need to help more with that one of these days. Well, this has been an interesting one.
Yeah. I'm getting about ready too, because I also have to urinate. So.
Right, rock on. Got a urine the Nates. Anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, I think I'm okay right now. Anything else that I think of later, I'll save for the next one.
Right. I mean, I know we this is the Brian Hickey show for the most part because you won't reveal shit. But did you even say anything that was going on with you this week?
I don't have a lot going on, to be honest. I live a boring life, Brian. I usually don't like to come out and say that for our possible lady viewers, but my life is not that exciting.
Dude, that you couldn't say a more perfect thing. That's what you keep on looking at it from the perspective of like we're in our 20s. Women want you to be boring as fuck in your 30s.
You say that, but
there's nothing going to get a woman more wet than saying I go to work, I don't spend money, I come home and I can, I eat, I budget, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that shit's.
Well, there's some nuance with all that. I'm going to be honest. I can still be better with my money. But if you find out where this line of women are, point them my way, because I've never seen them.
Just go out to the clubs and just be like, yeah, I got a savings account. They're going to be all on you, pal.
Sure, we'll film it. And then when I'm getting slapped and drinks thrown in my face, that'll be great content.
Yeah. But then they're like, wait a sec, what? Tell me more about your 401k? And they get you like a napkin.
I'm actually very leery of that too. I don't need no gold diggers. Not that my 401k is that amazing, but
I was gonna say, like, pal, like if you and me, we'll be fucking lucky if we get bronze diggers.
Well, I don't need a bronze digger. That's a hilarious term, by the way.
Yeah, like
because I've had that happen with some people at work. Just when I'm like checking my accounts and talking about investing and stuff, and they're like, "Wait, you have how much?" And like, I'm like. Oh yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking like the next 30 years. Like,
yeah,
I'm way behind if I want to retire. But like some people, like, like,
yeah, some people, yeah, broke as fuck. So using Target gift cards to pay for psychic readings.
Brian, no judgment.
Go on with your some people.
Yeah. Them. I'm talking about them.
Yeah. I said it out. Yeah. All right, well, cat's out the bag. I used a Target gift card.
Well, we'll bleep it.
Yeah, we'll do it, will we? We'll do all the editing, will we?
Yep.
All right, well, it's been another episode of the Big Boys Podcast, and we will catch you next week.
It's been real.
Adios.
Big Boys is a podcast produced by Not So Funny or Proud Productions. The team consists of co-hosts, co-producers, and co-editors Brian Hickey and John Sorrell, better known as John the Great. For more information about the duo or this show, please visit us at bigboyspodspot.com or feel free to take a gander at our production page, notsofunnyorproud.com. Look us up on social media and follow us at Big Boys Podspot. New episodes drop every Thursday on every popular podcast hosting platform known to man. So please be sure to like, subscribe, vibe, describe, contrive, confide, collide, abide, preside, tell your tribe, and most importantly, do prescribe. Be an elixir for talking out the side of my neck.